ballz.co.za. Jade Fairbrother, bikini weather. Have you seen bikini weather yet, Mark?
Bikini weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times on the beach soccer field.
There we go. You see, now he plays beach soccer. You need to find us some bikini weather contenders.
Well, it's quite easy, I mean, there is a qualifier coming down in South Africa where we're playing World Cup and me being the national coach. So I've got a couple of Vodacom ladies there that's going to model in bikinis, yeah.
Okay.
How are you as a coach?
Well, what can I say? I don't want to make excuses. As you can see this week, we had a Champions League game there where everybody was putting money on Bayern Munich. And yeah, of course, Chelsea won it. But, so I was not comparing myself to that coach, but I'll say I'm getting close there.
Are you a Chelsea supporter?
No, I'm not a Chelsea supporter. I don't support any English football.
Don't you at all?
Because I used to play for Wolves, and it's sad when I see a team goes down.
Is it? So were you a Wolves supporter?
I was a Wolves player. I wouldn't say Wolves. I was a Juventus supporter, actually.
Oh, okay. You're not anymore?
Now, since Lineker left, at first I was a Lineker follow-up when he was at Everton, and I used to follow him. When he went to Juventus, I also follow him. But then I stick with Juventus for a couple of years, but when the money scandal came, I decided, well, let me get myself out there. But I've still got a soft spot for them. So.
Okay. And they right back there again where they belong?
That's it, then it's nice.
Yeah. All right. So there he is, the nation builder himself. Mark Williams has joined us live in studio here today.
Yes,
well, exactly. Well, where do you travel? Do you travel a lot?
Yeah, I was this week in Cape Town, so I had to come back to be on the show.
Yeah. Because you go to interesting places.
Yeah, quite interesting places. Yeah, I've seen you a couple of times also, those places there.
And when you're on the golf course, you can Skype us on your phone. Let's have a look.
Well, I'll do that because, the Wanderers, it was quite exciting 2 weeks, I was playing golf with James Small and Gavin Hunt, and I got my first hole-in-one. And it cost me about $1. So the second week we went again, same school. But then I got another one, and I was quite exciting. In 2 weeks getting 2 hole-in-ones, but then my girlfriend said to me, hey, stop, because it's costing us money. So I don't want to play golf anymore.
Yeah, especially with the guys at the Wanderers, it'll cost you a heck of a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Simon.
Yeah. No, I win the money.
There's some very thirsty people
yes,
at Wanderers Golf Club. Wow. You got Simon Hill, Stephen Jack, James Small.
Yeah, Gavin Hunt.
Gavin Hunt as well. All right, we've had Gavin on the show a few times. Very, very shrewd coach as well. We'll talk about the football in a moment. I'm just going through some of the tweets here. One that we do need to mention. And we just got a message from Albie Morkel, following on your story about Wayne Parnell, Johnny.
Yes, hi, LB.
And there's a photograph of Albie as well, sitting on the bus listening to Ballz Visual Radio in the middle of, where they in Chennai?
Yeah, Chennai,
India.
yeah.
On their laptops, on the bus.
Him and Scotty Styrus.
Him and Scott Styrus in Chennai, listening to Ballz right now. Says, listening to you guys on the bus, don't believe everything you hear in the media.
Yeah.
So there it is. That's from Albie saying it might all be a load of codswallop.
Yes. Well, I mean, Parnell is actually denying. He says at no stage was he arrested or detained. All he was doing was celebrating a friend's birthday party when the raid happened, and they weren't even aware, obviously, that drugs were being taken at this particular rave.
Where do they get all this nonsense from?
You know what it is, especially when you're there in the face of media, they're always going to come with stories. A couple of times it happened to me, but you just have to go focus on the game and just forget about it.
What was the worst story that the media told about you?
Oh, so do I have to think about it?
That you were single.
That is... No, I don't think I was still there yet. I make sure that they don't put me. I make sure that I know everybody and that everybody knows me. I'm an approachable person, and they mustn't write stories. If they want to have a story, come to me and approach and get the real thing out of the horse's mouth.
All right, there we go. That's exactly coming from Mark Williams. Now, just to go back, you say 2 holes in one. In 8 days. I'm thinking, has anyone ever done that?
That's bizarre.
Look, I try. I don't know, but I was always quite exciting, and when they told me, nobody has done it, and now
No, but worldwide, I wonder what the biggest or the closest gap is between, or the smallest gap is between hole-in-ones.
You'll probably find someone's got like 4 in one round, something freakish.
Or 2 in one day.
2 in a round or 3 in a round. I don't know.
But not in 8 days. So yeah, look. I don't know, but maybe I'll find out about it. But for now, I'm not going to play any golf for another 2 weeks until I get my budget or back so I can get another couple only ones.
Yeah, you've got most versekering for the stuff.
Yeah, look, the one, it was very tempting. I told the guy, listen, have you seen a hole-in-one after the first one? He said, no, I've seen it hit the flag, but I haven't seen it gone in. And that was the second one, on the 5th near the Wanderers. And I said to him, Kevin said to Mark, come on, guys, stand here. If I put it in, what do you prepare? He said, I'll get you a bottle, whatever you want. And I hit it. And he went on his card halfway, just boom in the hole.
So
And it cost
wait
him
a
a bottle of
minute.
Jameson.
Hold on a second. My understanding is correctly, did he nominate the hole-in-one before you hit the
No,
shot?
he didn't nominate. I asked him, did he see a hole-in-one ever? And he said, no, not when
But you
the
say
ball-
that all the time you
That's
step on a
amazing.
par 3. I've played with you before. You say it every par 3.
Well, sometimes it's going to have to work.
He's actually talked himself into 2 in 8 days. My goodness. He does that. He'll on your backswing, he'll say, have you seen a hole in one? Wait till I play my shot. It's going to go in the hole.
And I think that's the same thing like you just mentioned on my back, and I said it, and he was looking. But it's the same like soccer, I mean, I used to tell goalkeepers, I used to say, look, I'm going to just hit the target, and I used to hit it, and that's a good part, Believe, say things and believe that you can do it.
That's the Mark Williams way. If you haven't seen it, by the way, Mark features with Mark Fish and Mark Batch. Have you seen our video yet that we did?
No, I don't want to see it.
Okay, when we're playing our next song, don't want to see it.
Am I part of it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I thought you said Mark Fish and Mark Bachelor. I was just going to say, where's Mark Williams?
You're in there as well. Coldfoot.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're the only one with no boots on.
Okay, no, that's good.
shoes.
As long as we got a mixer, I'm happy.
Did you ever see a bicycle kick like that?
No, I haven't seen that. Please don't do it again.
Only in the
also,
August.
I've just recovered.
Benny did it, yes. I saw Benny did it once.
All right, we'll talk about Benny in a short while. I was just thinking about him and Gavin Hunt for a little game of golf.
Oh, yeah? Well, we've got to... Who have we got to take care of first? We've got to take care of the 2 girls.
Sorry?
These 2 girls wanted to play golf with us.
Who are they again?
Who? Cindy
Oh,
Nell
Cindy Nell and somebody else.
and someone else.
Yeah.
But them first, and then gladly we'll take on
I
Gavin and Mark.
don't think that's a good thing, because when you say Cindy Nell and someone else, I played with one of those girls' boyfriends, so I don't know if it's a good idea. The ex-boyfriend. I don't want you guys to get beaten on the golf course.
I think we'll go to a song right now before we get into that conversation. Here's Rhythms Del Mundo with Coldplay on Ballz. Mark Williams is here with us. Hey, Rhythms Del Mundo, Ballz Visual Radio it is. People giving Mark Williams some chirp on Twitter. See, Craig says, your game sounds good, but can you putt? Because you never get to putt.
And I never get to putt, I just get hole-in-ones. I try to change my game, because I know I'm not good in putting, so that's why I make it easy and get a hole-in-one.
There we go.
Makes sense.
Sean wants to know, does Mark have a 30-pack of Stuyvesant Red stuck in his throat?
Say, yo, man, you can say these coaches nowadays, when they become coaches, they start talking things like that. But I've got a singing voice, actually, so when I sing, the voice comes out, so it sounds a bit different on the radio.
Have you got a specific talent, musical or?
A musical, yeah, I've got a background, I can play a bit of guitar,
Can you really?
Yeah, singing not so 100%, but I always believe that I can.
Well,
We must get a resident guitar in the studio. Because we're starting a thing called Z Factor.
Z Factor.
Yeah, not X Factor, Z, because we balls with a Z.
Okay, yeah.
let's be different. Let's not get a guitar. Let's get a
Sitar.
studio banjo.
A banjo.
Yeah.
There we go.
That sounds
Huh?
interesting.
Yeah.
Banjo, yeah, for the Coons, because I'm in the Coons every year December. I'm in Cape Town having a good fun with about 500 people and just playing banjo,
I don't
guitar.
think they call it that
Ukulele?
anymore, Mark.
They call it Cancun.
Ukulele, Mark?
So I can?
A ukulele? Can you play a ukulele?
No, I can't play ukulele because ukulele sound like a guy from Japan. Ukulele.
I don't think they call it that anymore. I think they just call it the carnival now.
The carnival, yeah.
Yeah.
Carnival.
Well, I'm glad you said all that, Mark, and not one of us.
Marco says you sound like Pete Divvy's cousin.
Say away.
Say away.
I repeat the coach.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound like my cousin, Mark. Come, talk to me, my friend.
No, I don't know, man. Why they say I'm like him, man?
Come, let us have a chat here, man. Some awareness here between us.
I'm no more than national coach, man, from rugby, so I'm looking for a job.
Yeah, me too.
What do you do now?
Well, I'm
Other than play golf every day?
playing golf. I'm working at Supersport, analyzing all the local games. Your Kaiser Chiefs, top Premier Division teams.
They're letting you on the TV.
Yeah, sometimes you need people like me, that started the building the nation and just take it with.
There it is. He doesn't. He holds no punches. He basically lets you know exactly how it is.
Did you give yourself that name, Nation Builder?
No, look, you must remember. I mean, it's
on his
quite a-
car.
I know, so I want to know, did he give himself the name or did someone else call you that?
No, let's start it. I like to cut things short, because it is a long story. But if you remember, in
It's a short show.
older
so-
days, we used to have Nelson Mandela, and he came back and he brought the nation together. And I just thought after '96, yes, we won the World Cup '95, and then after '6, everybody loves football. Then African Cup of Nations, I was part of that, and I scored the 2 goals with the team. But then I thought, let me call myself the nation builder.
Because those were the two
And-
most important goals.
That's it, yeah. And then since then, Bafana,
Other than Phil Masinga.
yeah, scoring.
Because if he hadn't scored, then we wouldn't have been there.
That's for the World Cup, yeah.
That was the World Cup.
But what do you have to
Oh, of
say?
course, that was World Cup, man.
Yeah, that was
So
World
those
Cup.
are the two most important
African
goals.
Cup, yeah. Until because we played again in the World Cup, but we haven't won the African Cup. So hopefully this year the guys are playing in our backyard, and if they want to take me to change my car, they're gonna have to win it.
Until then, it stays.
Until it stays, yeah.
There's the challenge. That's
There's
the challenge.
All right. Yeah, we must we'd love to have you back on the show more often. I've told you that already.
Yeah, no, thanks. It's quite interesting. I would love to come back on the show. I just it's going to cost a bit of PhD.
There we go.
But
I was
then we're
gonna
gonna-
say,
but
there's
we're
a
gonna
bottom
talk
line.
about that,
There's a bottom
after
line.
dinner and things like that.
All right. Well, we're going to try and get as much out of you as possible today. No, we really want to have you back on the show. And yeah, Nick, we must get a show banjo.
Yeah.
But we're starting a thing called Z Factor. Because there's so many sports guys that have got musical talents and different talents.
No, you're right. I mean, I've seen a lot of Oaks that's got some talent there, but they just don't believe it. Maybe if we get them here, make it the first time for them to express themselves.
There we
Who
go.
knows, we can have a Michael Jackson 5 here.
Which of the footballers are talented musicians or artists that have a hidden talent other than sport, other than soccer?
Well, Mark Peace has got... let's talk about the captain, Neil Toby, first of all.
What does he do?
Well, he believes he's one of the greatest dancers.
Really?
Yeah, and he reminds me of Lucas also. I think both of them got the same sort of thing that they think they can dance. Neil danced like Lucas and Lucas danced like Neil. So you ask yourself, you got a white oak here dance like a black oak and a black oak dance like the white oak. But if you put them together, I bet you they'll fall over each other because they can't dance.
Oh, there's something to look out for. Ian T says, I'm proud to say I've played golf with the Nation Builder and Sean Bartlett. Quality chaps. Ask Mark about his golf grip. Do you know who Ian T is?
No, I don't know who Ian T is. T. Ian, yes, definitely. Look, the grip, it's like they say, it's a pity I don't have my iPad here, because it's new technology. You need to have your iPad and not the phone. But yeah, I've got a Papa grip.
Show us your grip.
I hold
There's
it.
a
the
camera in
opposite-
front of you there.
Where's it? Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
Well, I hold.
Just be careful now. If you've just tuned in, Mark is showing us how he grips his golf club.
Okay. Yeah, no, don't worry. I won't have a swing.
Because you'd be the first person to do the other thing cack-handed.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that is exactly how you swing.
I suppose what. We can go back and things like that. But the first time I had a golf club, just remember I was a caddy also, at Westlake in Cape Town.
I never know whether to believe you or not.
Now you have to because you can ask Gavin, but it's a long story.
Were you really a caddy at
No,
Westlake?
I was a caddy. I just remember I come from Cape Town, and there it was like, you have to survive and things like that. So I believe that try and play this game. And the first time when I had it, somebody said, "You want to play golf?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm a caddy." I said, "Well, let's go play golf." And I remember I played with one of these old torpies, and he says to me, "You know what? I don't want to play anymore because I can't even hit. Why don't you take a new hit?" And I just took the iron and I just hit the ball and I hit it out. It couldn't get the ball. And he said to me, "With that grip, boy, you can go far." So then I believe I can play golf. But yeah, it's quite exciting.
Yes, wonderful.
What's your handicap?
I hit about 290, 310 now and then when I'm
You don't.
on a good day. I'm 11 handicap. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 shots. You'll get to 290, 300. Remember, I have played with you, Mr. Williams.
Yes, I have. And oh yes, Darren, thanks for having me here because see that you mentioned it. Is that I took a lot of money over the years and I want to give it back because I remember we played 500, 5.
Yeah, that's
So-
why we never played with each other. We were in different 4-balls.
Different
But when we
4-balls, yeah.
played in the same 4-ball, what happened?
Yeah, then you took it, yeah. Because then I couldn't take the ball and cricket. But I think the same with my boss also. We got a new boss at Supersport, Happy Inchinelli.
How's
And
Happy
he's
doing
also-
there?
He's just got into his new position. And the first thing he said he wants to get rid of me at Supersport. And I was like quite sad and I was like, boss, don't worry, I won't mention it on radio or on TV that I've beaten you on golf. So, he hasn't got the opportunity to, because if he does it, I'm going to say it on TV live.
That you've beaten Happy in Chingila.
No,
Have you seen his swing?
no, I haven't seen this.
Next time, if you play with Happy again,
I'm
do me
play-
a favor. Have you seen his putting stroke?
I'm playing on him on Friday. We
Do
play
me a favor, Mark, please, without telling him. Get your iPad or your iPhone there and just film. He probably hasn't changed it. Happy and Shingila, former CEO of ABSA, now Supersport head. Film his putting stroke and his swing.
Okay.
You've never seen anything like it. There is a rattlesnake loose in a phone booth, if ever there was one. Oh my goodness!
I'll do that. I'll send
I played
it
with
on
him at
Friday,
Beacon
remind
with the
me.
one day. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time he had a putt. It was like the weirdest thing ever. All right, we'll chat more to Mark Williams in just a moment. Look at the time already, Johnny.
Yeah, Darren.
Flies when you're having fun, eh?
It does. I'm loving this.
We weren't expecting anything else from
Great
Mark
to hear,
Williams here. Great to have him in studio. We'll chat to him a little bit more coming up after your headlines. Let's check those out first of all.
Pesto.
He's a little boy.
Interesting.
What music do you like?
I like classic. I'm a sort of a Luther Vandross, Barbara Streisand, Anita Baker, one of those ones. Yeah.
Like Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, yeah, not dancing on the ceiling, but yeah, that's it. Lionel
Yeah.
Richie, fine.
Wow, what's your favorite song at the moment?
From?
Anytime. What song do you like listening to right now?
Um,
If you got in your car and you put your iPad on or iPod.
I'll probably go for Luther Vandross.
Okay. Oops, you might be in trouble here.
What?
What about Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye? Well, that's good. Marvin Gaye?
Bit of Marvin Gaye come. I'll just make sure. Although it'll probably end up topping it and it'll roll into the hole. Marvin Gaye as Sexual Healing. Mark Williams with us today. The weekend was huge for football, both locally and, well, the last 2 weekends from an international European point of view. Wow.
Wow, you can say that again. Hi, this is Mark Williams,
No,
Nation
not yet. Not yet.
Talking to read it now.
Not yet.
Sorry.
Good time. Good time.
Okay. Yeah,
Concentrate on the questions.
I was watching when I sat there. The difficult thing for me as an Arsenal supporter, I was sitting there, people asking me right up until the first 10 minutes of the game, so who do you want? And I honestly sat there not knowing who I wanted to win. Because obviously if Chelsea had won, which is what happened, Spurs go down to Europa League, which really made me happy. But the other side of it, I really didn't want Chelsea to be the first London side to win it.
I think they deserve it.
Do you?
Yeah, I think they deserve it. I've been watching it, and if you look at the way they've been playing and going through this whole process, you need a bit of luck. Yes, we saw them when they played against Barcelona, like 10 guys behind the ball, Drompa just getting it. But it's people that believe, and this is what we're lacking also in South Africa. In our soccer, when it comes to soccer, the team doesn't believe in themselves. And here you got a team now, everybody's watching it, and I'm happy. When it came Saturday, I was in Cape Town. I had 200 people, foreigners, that I had to give coaching credit to be what it is to be a professional soccer player at the Greenpoint Stadium. So I had to take them to the dressing room, onto the field, give them some drills and play the game, and they loved it. And then they had to go watch the game, obviously, later. But yeah, there was a lot of Bayern Munich supporters, maybe about out of the 230 Chelsea supporters. And I said to them, listen here, put your money, I'm telling you now, Chelsea's going to win. I wasn't 100% sure.
Based on what? Just based on commitment? And I mean, they were basically bereft of half of their players. They were playing in Bayern's backyard. I mean, everything was pointing against them, and they shouldn't have won that game. I mean, Bayern were all over them.
Definitely. I mean, yes, you can say that again, Darren. They were not. I mean, if you look at the first 20 minutes, I mean, it was Bayern Munich all the way camping in their half. But you know what, then that is what I believe in football, is that when you go and play away, you need to sustain that 20 minutes to put pressure on the home team, because now they're going to come and lose concentration. And the plan worked just as I thought. But second half, they came out and it was a different Chelsea game. Like you said, players like Terry that was sitting on the bench, some injuries. But you know what, I always say soccer is not about those players, it's about a team. And those same players had sort of believed that they could do it. But you know what, when I saw the penalty came in, Robin missing the penalty, I said, it's a Chelsea weekend. I was drinking already, celebrating. I don't know what I was drinking, but I was drinking.
Nice.
Isn't it Robin missing a penalty? Isn't that all sort of because he's a former Chelsea player?
believe me, he wants to put it back, especially when it's a team you played against or you played before. But yeah, for the left footer, and people should know that goalkeepers, Peter Cech, people said he's finished. I said, don't ever say a guy is finished until he decides when he's finished.
Yeah.
Now, yes, we all know Chelsea, all the senior players, they boycott against the coach got out, they got a new coach, and then it's all about respect, and they wanted to show the coach and for themselves that they could win it.
Yeah.
So for me, when Drompa scored that, the header, it reminds me a little bit of me, but when I scored the goal in the African Cup 96, but not the same. And then, of course, for him to score the penalty, and you can imagine all the pressure that was on Drompa, and, it just shows you that...
Yeah, you said it simply. The bottom left-hand corner, keeper went the wrong way, game over.
And that's it. And you look at Robbery, and you look at Robin's penalty on the left side, strong. If you want to kick it with strength, you obviously go to the right-hand side because it's natural. And Peter said, with all his experience, read it very well and saved the penalty. And then you can see the luck and people not believing in it and people coming over. So yeah, for me it was a great, not one of the best, but a great Champions League victory.
Yeah, it just went up my spine when Ashley Cole was talking afterwards about how justified him moving there after all they went down. Yeah, anyway. Bring it back home. Did you expect Pirates to win? Arrow's not an easy side. They gave him a little bit of a fright, but did you expect Pirates to win it this weekend?
Yeah, I did. I think the first week, 2 weeks ago when they played Ajax, and then they had to play others. When they beat Ajax, I could see the players in their eyes, and sometimes on the field. So when players walk through the tunnel, I always look at their faces, and it gives me that I can read them. Then I know, so I could see then already when they beat Ajax that these guys are ready to go against Arrows, and they'll get the result there.
So Pirates, well done to them. Back-to-back winners of the PSL. Chelsea are winners of the Champions League. Man City last week, and that what a couple of weekends of football it was. Really was great to watch.
No, definitely. I mean, come on, look at Manchester United. And yeah, here's another team, Look at it again, Manchester City playing in the African Cup. They had a couple of losses.
These guys, the Champions League winners and the Premier League winners, basically billionaire teams. They've spent billions building these teams. Is that the way to go? Does money buy success?
It doesn't buy success, but it does make the package a bit stronger. As you can see, Pirates did the same. They brought in Benny. They brought in Bamote, and I just put a bigger sort of press on other teams because I want to pick up Benny and make sure that he doesn't score. So what he does, it takes the pressure off the other players and it gives them more freedom. So sometimes to have a lot of quality players in your team, it's any coach's dream.
You would have thought Patrice would have probably gone that route first with the kind of money he was throwing at or he had available for Sundowns, but they haven't really bought very well, have they?
I don't think it's just now. I think over the years, I just think they got the wrong people there. I think they got people there that think they know how to buy players, and they're buying the wrong players. And I think a club like Sundowns, they should be of the cup winners or the league winners every year. They had at one stage was 7 points leading it, and then Pirates came back, and it just shows players couldn't take the pressure. So yeah, I mean they should be doing it. Yeah.
Marcus, lekker to have you here, man.
No, it's lekker to be on the radio. I'm actually getting comfortable. I thought you got a job for me.
You don't need makeup. I've got a job for you.
No, I don't want to take the job, thank you. I'm going to look for something a bit more easier.
We should get Mark to do bikini weather.
Hey, would you do bikini weather?
Now I'll get confused with that.
The last time, actually,
so will our listeners.
We pulled the map down and asked him to take us through his journey through China.
Well, that was quite interesting. I still get people to tell me to do that, but I do another take on
next time. We'd love to have you back again soon, boss. Thanks for joining us here. Mark Williams, the Nation Builder.
I'd like to know, on the Nation Builder, what do you have to say to someone like Joel Stransky, who believes that he's the hero of the nation, having put over the drop in 95 to win it?
Yeah, look, we had a chat about this a couple of times. We had a drink, and I thought, should I hit him, but then I realized he's a rugby player. And then when he said he was a Nation Builder, I was telling him, listen, my bro, you only got about 500,000 people in the country, so... And if you look at the majority, if you look who support rugby, soccer, I think soccer is probably the most supportive sports in our country. So yeah, most people go for soccer, and that's why it doesn't get close. If you put it in the head, a lot of people vote for me.
What do you think, Joel?
I think it's absolute rubbish, Mark. We've had a chat, thought you were a good guy, but clearly you're not a guy. And I like to say my drop in 95 got us over apartheid, brought the country together, and that's what made the difference.
Yeah, look, you got a point there, but I just think that there wasn't a lot
then shut up, Mark.
Mark Williams on Ballz Visual Radio today. Always good value. Always lucky to talk to him. Thanks for pulling in today and
Hold on.
being with us.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. I'm going to cue him now.
No. One
What?
more thing.
What?
Can we get Mark to do some Super 15 predictions? Why not?
Do you follow Super Rugby?
I'm a great supporter of.
Oh,
Okay, throw the predictions at him.
Okay. Chiefs versus Bulls this week on Friday
Where they playing?
in Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Chiefs versus Bulls. I'm going for Bulls there to win 21-15.
You get your spreads and the score as well.
Accurate. Hurricanes versus Rebels.
Hurricanes to win there.
Okay. Blues Highlanders.
It could be very close, but I'm going for Blues there. Blues to win.
Oh, I think you got that wrong.
Brumbies Reds in Canberra.
Reds.
What?
Hey?
In
Reds.
Canberra?
Yes, Reds there.
Brumbies leading by like 300 points on the line. You think the Reds will beat them?
Reds. I'm telling you,
Okay.
Reds.
Gee,
Don't argue with the nation builder.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just
Just call me afterwards.
If you put money on these, that will come in. You're going to be a rich man. You are a rich man anyway.
Force versus Lions. No, he's not. He's had 12 and 1.
Oh, quite interesting. Force versus Lions.
Yeah.
Nah, this would be easy. The Force are going to take it. Because the Lions, I don't know what's wrong with them. It's not the same Lion team.
Okay, cool. Cheetahs Waratahs.
Cheetahs, Waratahs.
In Bloem.
Waratahs in Bloem. And the Cheetahs has been coming back strongly. Second, I'll go for the. I like to have my local teams to win, but they haven't been doing good, so I'll go against the
You're gonna go Waratahs.
Waratahs there. Waratahs.
Mm. Okay, and then the big one in Durban, the Sharks up against the Stormers.
Now be nice. Now be careful.
Look, not that I'm a Cape Town boy kid, because I've watched those games and I does do a bit of research when I look at it. I think the Stormers are going to pick that one up.
Yes.
You see, what is
Give me a high
that?
five.
You got
No,
the high
that's
five, my bro.
ridiculous.
Is that
That's
nothing?
so-
That's how we roll.
Again?
I'll put money on that with you, Mister. We always we haven't got a bet going
No,
at the
bro.
moment.
Yeah, sure, no, we can have a bet there on the
Little
Stormers.
Buffalo?
Huh?
Little Buffalo?
That's fine.
Okay.
Go for that.
Cool. I'll go Sharks,
Okay.
as I tend to do. Mark Williams on Ballz Visual Radio. The one final thing that he needs to do, this is what we call a liner. we do them live on the
Yeah,
show.
we're not gonna ask Wayne Parnell to do one of those.
No.
Sorry,
No, you
sorry.
can't say that. Sorry, Wayne. It's just sometimes...
No, not in the context of what's gone on.
Yeah, but you see. Anyway, so here we go then. Mark Williams, thanks for being with us.
Thank
And
you.
your last word is to you.
Oh, hi, this is Mark Williams, the Nation Builder, and you are listening to Darren Scott and the gang on Ballz Vision Radio. It's away. Duidelijk, my Masakin.
Away.
Thanks, Marky. Cheers, brother.
Thank you, Marky.
Drive safe. Mark Williams on Ballz Visual Radio today. It's Bob Marley now.